It's time for Power Hour.
I'm so in I come alive. I can't get I come alive. I come alive. I'm so in I can't get your love. I'm so baby. I'm so in I come alive. I can't get your love.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Sunday evening stream, where in less than 1 hour we will have a weekly candle close across all of crypto. It is a 1 week occurrence that happens, and we congregate here to hang out while it unfolds. So weekend, no volume, little rally that took us to our highest price since the 14th. It's the 18th, so not really anything. I'm kind of just like, they couldn't even take it to 60,800, which is a swing low back from March 20th. Good correlation there throughout time. Couldn't even test it. So maybe we do have one time and two. You know, one time they tried to break support. Second time they did break support, but no fall through, immediately recaptured by buyers. And that's it so far. So it's cool that that happened, but just like we back tested this level the first time, it's like, okay, cool. We have to get real follow through. And you're just getting none. Like, doesn't matter if buyers defend levels, if after they defend the levels, no bidders come in. So extremely choppy waters, man. We're white capping in crypto or on Bitcoin. Where short term, just flip your coins. We're still in just coin flip territory. I mean, like, dude, there was a bullish edge right here. The divergence existed. You were at the bottom of a range, trading range. You were near a key level of historical support resistance. Like, divergence. Okay. That implies impending price action reversal. And that a reversal occurred and took us to where? An 88% retrace from the previous high to low. And up there, 4 hour, you had bearish divergence. You had confirmation high, one high, second high, discernible on the daily, 12 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour. Then you had like the local bearish structures, like the right angle descending broadening formation, or the three drives, 1, 2, 3. I mean, you had like an edge. You had like all these variables that were like saying down next. And right now, it's like, all I can tell you is that, well, buyers are trying to defend a level, and they've done it twice. But you're sure as heck not making a higher high locally, so it's probably just more neutral at this point. More neutral. You know, to where, hey, if they hold this level for real and we catch fall through, that's it. We're headed to 66K, but one of these buyers going to come in after witnessing a confirmed bottom at this level. They haven't yet. They may never come in. So we go test 57.5. It probably is a really bad argument, because then all of a sudden locally you have a high, a lower high, same high, and then another lower high, and then all of a sudden it's like 1, 2, third, right? 3, the rule of 3 resolution comes after that third peak, third valley. Yeah, it's tough, man. Really tough. Like, Bitcoin is, just want to vomit, man.
Hand him a little crypto check.
Yeah, write me a crypto check, please. It would be the first in history. All right, I mean, let's go to the weekly. Maybe we'll get some more information here. I mean, above 57.5, above 58.4. I mean, that's great. Fantastic. Holy crap, that's imperative. That is mandatory. We have to be above that. Okay. And we're catching follow through off last week's candle. Another week, another test. More defense, right, from buyers. But negative momentum is high. RSI is like straight up at 50. This is about as neutral as it gets on oscillators. Yeah, it's like you're meeting the minimum criteria of being above a level, holding above a level, but no one's buying. Like where they should be buying here. This is like, if you're going to do that, then let's go. Let's head on up back to the top of the range, top of the channel. No one's doing it yet, so we'll see. We got Jackson Hole this week, Thursday through Saturday, right, the 22nd through the 24th. So later in the week, get your cowboy hats and your bison belts or something. You know, get super. What do they call that part of the country? It's not Midwest. It's just the West, the Northwest, but it's not Pacific Northwest. It's kind of Midwest, right? I don't know. Get your whatevers out, okay? That's your weekly. Not much help in determining like some good stuff. It's just more neutral. Sellers in control until this consolidation structure breaches one way or another. They're in control. The Wild West? Nah, it's not wild, dude. All right, so Bitcoin's at the lows of the day now in Power Hour. Of course. I guess if it's rolling over here, and yeah, the such garbage price action. Like, what? Look, they did this one time, then a second time, and then now a third time, and now you're just trading below that candle high close at 60K, 59.7. Like, what the heck, man? Just garbage price action. Not much demand. Too much supply. Okay. Bitcoin dominance probably took it on the chin today. I haven't looked, but we're going to look at it right now. Probably red candle. Red candle. Just oscillating near multi-year highs for a greater part of a week and a half and still up there. But yeah, like Bitcoin's down today. Like, but Ethereum, look at it. It's up 1%. Outperforming Bitcoin on the day. Bitcoin market cap. Again, just not really great. Below the 200 moving average, below the heart line of down sloping channel. Failing to test. 1.2 trillion, you got really close. I'm not saying it's over, right? Like, again, I'm saying it's more neutral right now because, like, there's always a chance. Like, even in downtrends, bad things are going on. Look at this price action. You know, same stuff kind of going on. Like, you know, it dumped one low, the second low. I guess it's not that great because locally you had the lower low, but it was local and it was a kind of a form of confirmation. You got that, right? Where it coiled up, and you're doing the same thing right now, right? It's like kind of very, very similar. So you break upward, okay. You break downward, great. I mean, it's sometimes this is the way markets are. I mean, this is most of the time how markets are, right? Where you don't have an edge. It's really muddy waters, murky, cloudy, and you're flipping coins most of the time. So short term, 50%. Sorry. But remember, consecutive lower highs, lower lows for 5 months, or let's say 4 months of the lower highs, lower lows. But we topped out 5+ months ago, and we're just, again, the trend is going on, and the trend is conceptualized within these two white downsloping trend lines, parallel channel tool. So, I mean, for me, if you ask me, like, what would if I was the composite operator, what would I prefer? I mean, what would make more sense? Probably, no one wants to hear it. It'd be nicer to get like a 52K back test. Like, okay, they test once and then they're going to test twice, and it's very clear it's 1 and 2. That'd probably be more preferable. You'd still be inside the channel. You'd probably be at the bottom of the channel if that happened, right? Yeah, like, just, you know, it's not about like what I think's going to happen next. It's about what I want. I mean, like, something like that could make more sense. Yeah, or maybe like you come down, you test this local low, 53.3. Everyone's freaked out. It's over. We're screwed. We're going way lower. Yeah, it's just weird spot right now. Very weird spot. I do think, like, if you were a short-term speculator, I don't know if you would really want to own Bitcoin below 57.5 due to the potential downside. Just like any asset. We look at an asset, okay, if there's this, like, huge cliff where there's not going to be any bids, ask, whatever, no liquidity, because these are liquidity zones. This is where the market maker makes his money, right, with transactions. He's got his bids and his asks here. If there's none below that, then it's probably a good idea to, like, not own an asset below support resistance. So, I don't know, man. It's Sunday and crypto's pretty dead, man. Pretty dead asset class right now, and you don't know how long that'll last. Hopefully, there'll be resolutions. And some of these altcoins are literally at 100% retraces. They're at all-time lows. They've been destroyed, eviscerated, but they're at these levels now that are kind of like, kind of interesting. Like, dang, dude, like, I guess we'll just look at the bigger ones first.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Ethereum's not one of those interesting assets. Technically speaking, there's nothing here that, like, you're just a coin flipper, slot machine, roulette junkie trading Ethereum right now. There's nothing here. Like, you just went through a momentous crash, a very real crash, and you got a pretty violent reaction off a $2,100 level, and you're just holding up here, but you're not really at a good level to manage risk. Your upside is probably half as good as it should be or could be if you were buying at a key inflection point. I would love to see a second test eventually at 2100 just to make it like easier. But right now, I think you flip your coin, it lands on tails because tails never fails. Boom, 2900. It lands on heads, you get a 2400, 2100 next. So this is not one that's kind of like, interesting. I get it though. Like, it really is like from a low to a high. That's a 100% retrace. 99.9% retrace. The candle closes are kind of like where the 886 is, so you got that. That's about it. I would like, okay, then if you're going to do the 886 from previous major low to high or whatever, then give me a local structure that I can gain confidence in, because I don't have crap here. I just have a bunch of candles and nothing else. B&B was doing some things yesterday. If you know, you know. But down 1% today. Very, very interesting. This is like the only one that's kind of like been doing something that makes me think, someone could manage their risk here. They could set up a stop loss strategically around 495 or something. And because look what the buyers have done. Like, you got these two levels. Buyers recaptured it. One low, then locally a second low. Okay, that's good. Almost diverging, oversold twice. But the main thing, more than anything, is the buyers recapturing 500 to 510, and you can clearly see positive price action correlation on the recapture. They recaptured, then they reconfirmed. Now you're trading right at the 200 back above the moving average, the 200 moving average. You went and tested the supply line of the potential bullish dragon pattern, but you did not really break it. So it's still potential dragon, but it is in certainly a better spot than Bitcoin, Ethereum, pretty much Solana, definitely XRP, if we're talking about just being able to apply framework, inflection points, max upside potential, constructing an argument for, constructing a trading plan. Like, this is probably the easiest one of all of them. Only one that really makes sense right now. Bitcoin 59,154 at the lows of the day. Solana was having a better day today. About half the gains given back, up 1.56%. Still trading below that 200 moving average. It went from more bullish to more neutral after this shooting star, but more importantly, the confirmation high. You got a 3-day weekly, it's so visible. The highest high of the whole uptrend. And then lower high, then confirmed lower high. That's normally terrible. And it was the same exact structure that Coinbase painted. And Coinbase respected the TA more. Like, buyers did not come in to defend at all Coinbase. This support on Coinbase's respective chart. They broke it. Now, as of Friday, it took a week plus, but buyers have gotten the Coinbase price right back to the bottom of this level to respect it as a resistance, not support, resistance. So there's something there. I think you're line in the sand with 124. I think you're probably screwed below 124, 130. I think it's like, well, that's it. We're done. It's like a triple top, distribution triple top. And just real quick, what are you talking about on Coinbase? What do you mean? This. Same thing, right? Where it was, oh my God, this looks so good. They're back testing level support. Then the next piece of data was a failure, utter failure to break 261. Rejected, then a nasty red candle. And that's when I was like, this is starting to look terrible now. I don't like this anymore. And the follow through that Sol didn't get, Coin got it, right? On that crazy 65 VIX day, Iran tweeted about things, and that happened. And now look, the gap has officially filled as of Thursday, and then Friday you had the highest daily close since August 1st, above the 200 again, but still this 205, 212 level, so real, man. It's so freaking real. It's only resistance. So any bad price action on Bitcoin going to be real bad for Coinbase. It's like, how do you come back from this? Man, how do you, on this impulse, how do you make a higher high than these two highs? These two highs are lower than this high. It's confirmed. Distribution. So I guess we'll see. No structures. No structures. Nothing you can really do here to apply the framework for risk management, unless you're just talking about going short at a resistance on the first test. Pretty weak. I mean, that'd be like Litecoin, where, yeah, 66, key level. They just kind of ran it past it, but now it's like dumping. And it's like, yeah, this is a short squeeze on Litecoin. Yeah, this is what they do. Illiquid joke market, scam joke coin. Yeah. They can drive it up a little more, trigger some stops. Fine, but eventually lower high, and it will roll over again and get a lower low. All right, so we just cracked below 59K for a brief moment right there on Bitcoin. You can see above my head is the live Bitcoin price chart. Pretty gross. Pretty gross. That's a nasty little structure there. What's up with the low? Why high? And 200 moving average test as resistance. But it had always been support. It's resistance. And then there's such a lack of demand, they can't test it again. And then fine, sign a weakness on, the violation of a key level. But then they recaptured it and say, whoa, we might be okay. And then all this crap, and it's like they can't even come close to rivaling the previous discernible highs on a 4-hour time scale. It's garbage price action. Like, objectively speaking, this is garbage price action. Yeah, Alex, more down, dude. Like, this is how it goes. This is an illiquid joke market. Like, easy for market makers to push level, push the levels, the extreme of the levels. Yeah, we'll break key levels, stop out some people, and then we'll rally it, or vice versa. So that's Sol, go to coin and then XRP. Like, dude, whatever you want to. This is not an asset that is meant for trading. Okay, you either hold it and get destroyed by inflation, and have what do they call it? Delusions of grandeur on 589, or you just don't own it. To trade, this is crazy. There's thousands of things you could trade. This is not an asset you are looking to trade. It's just, look at it. I mean, you tell me. Heart rate monitor, not something you trade. But cool. It ran up to 58.5 cents and then pulled back. So trading at the same price it was trading at July 16th. Same price. April, same price. February, same price. October last year, same price. April 20. Joke. I don't know why we look at it. Well, I know why, because it's one of your top market cap cryptos. Speaking of, we can go to Doge. Look at this. No argument for accumulation. In fact, you had a bearish 5-0. Tell me true. Like the other ones, like Bitcoin Cash and just a couple more. Bitcoin itself has the bearish 5-0. And guess what? We'll go back to it. Yeah, look here. I mean, it really is. It's like. Look here. Look, listen. Okay, if I need to paint it, I will. But it's like you could see the shark. Yep. Well, actually, that's not quite deep enough. You need a 1618. But 113, you got a 113. 224, you got that. You met that criteria. But it's the fact that you got the bullish shark, and close enough if it's not quite, but it's the M shape on the lower low in a downtrend. And look what they did. They rallied this thing 50%, 49% from the high to low. So that's like you virtually have hit the pattern completion zone. And this is what happens sometimes. It's at a key level. So forget the 50% for a second. Volkowski talks about why do measured moves never get hit? Like, why do they not always get hit? Excuse me, like an ascending triangle, inverse head and shoulders. Because when an asset's rallying and that measured move is where it is, that's just a reference point for a trader. There can be levels from history that can completely stop the asset from getting to the measured move, and they just hit the key inflection point, and then it reverses there. That's kind of like Doge. Like, couldn't even make a true 50% retrace because look at this 10-cent zone. We've had this plotted here for years now. Don't touch these zones. They're just there. They were manufactured years ago, and we're always going to have them on the chart. And so you can see not very favorable price action. Resistance, resistance, resistance over a week of testing and failing a level that should have been support. It's been resistance before. Look what happened on Doge just the last time it regarded this level as resistance. It lost 30% of its value in 27 days. Look what happened the time before that level was tested as resistance, like it's done now over a week. You had a 40% drawdown in 23 days. But then there were these times where it was support. Support flips to resistance, and then downtrend, and we are showing it adds resistance again. That can be completely invalidated if just randomly buyers come in and we get back above 11 cents, that's fine. But for now, you're looking at a bearish structure completed in a bearish trend. This is not an uptrend. This is a downtrend. Consecutive lower highs, lower lows. You're lying to yourself. If you think, oh, Dogecoin's in my uptrend, it's not. All right, we'll look at Shiba too, because you're obsessed, right? I need my, oh my God, I gotta have my scam coins. I'm obsessed with scam coins. All right, here it is. You're just sitting at a support again for one time, second time, locally even once and twice, and it's like, man, this could be okay, but it looks more like sellers are absorbing the demand that remains at this level because this is an extremely real level. Like I just showed you on Doge, these are not my opinions. These are just historical things that occur. Okay, you can see first off, it's that wick high from September 2021, but then it's like the zone, right? May 2022, July 2022. It was broken, ran to the next level, but then sellers recaptured it, and then they retested it as resistance before it completely imploded to the bottom of the range. So, and then you can see the resistance. Yeah, so if they break this, it's such a massive amount of downside. Like, I'm waiting for a higher low, a real higher low. Like, why can't it be like a low, and then we sell off, and then we make a higher low? Why we're making a lower low? And yeah, you could pretty much argue there's divergence going on multiple. Look, that's really nice divergence on Shiba. But when bids, oh wait, you're in a downtrend. So if you're identifying divergence in such a nasty downtrend where the momentum is so heavily in the hands of the sellers, this divergence might not be able to stop what's going on right now. So divergence is good when an M shape develops, which is inherently a momentum killer. And then like you get the type 2 return, right? So it's like you get the lowest low, the X point, and then you get the D point that's higher, 886, right? And then you get a second test, and it's like, oh, okay, we have a double bottom kind of variation there in percentage. And then it's like, oh, we have divergence on that higher low. So we have evidence that there are more market participants than before. That's why the M shapes are so wonderful. You're always looking for M shapes at the bottoms, and you don't have an M shape here, really. If anything, you have the M shapes that are bearish, right? Like Doge, the bearish FIBO, Bitcoin Cash, and then Bitcoin itself. I forgot. We didn't look at it. This is something that I just show in the Patreon more, but I'm not really haven't been too vocal about it because it's been the 4 hour, not the daily. Here it is, right here. It's the bearish shark pattern, the 113 shark. It's beautiful. But look, type 1, type 2 return. This is a 50% retrace from this high to low. That's the completion zone, the reversal zone. One high, then the second high. And now you're telling me, what the heck? Now this heart line's resistance and can't even go rival these highs. There's such a lack of demand. There's less than before. And you're rolling over. So in downtrend, bearish pattern presents itself and it's being respected. So that's got to mean something. Hello, chat. Good to see y'all. I don't know, we just kind of been going. I try to do that. I try to not F around early so I can give you your value because your time is limited and I I respect your time. Just real quick, I want to say a big shout out. We had multiple people this weekend who renewed, like serious, amazing people that renewed. So real quick, Chillwave, thank you for the 20 freaking months of continued support in the Patreon/Citadel, dude. That's amazing. Dan Bruns, thank you for the 7 months
do you
continued
think
support.
It's unusual that gold is leading the market to new highs? Close the door.
Adrian, thank you for the 6 months continued support, dude, in the Patreon/Citadel. Rudolph, thank you for the 20 freaking months continued support in the Patreon Citadel. Stu, thank you for the 17 months continued support. And Starscream, thank you for the 19 months continued support. I thought we had a couple more today. Am I crazy? Or was that also... Yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah, thank y'all. Really, it's a dream. And I can only give you my word that I will continue to come back and provide you with the most unbiased. And now the only biased approach I have is what the indicators, oscillators, trends, variables are telling us, right? And if we're looking at the 4 hour here, you kind of have a bearish bias. You just have to have one. We know the trend for now. Yeah, we know long-term uptrend, 354% rally off the lows. I got it. But like, dude, since March, bear trend. Right now, bear trend. You're not in an uptrend. Like there'll be things will happen that will change everything. But those things haven't happened yet, and we're still waiting on them. And the only things that are happening are bearish arguments, bearish FIBOs, being reliable right now and not really performing quite yet because they're still consolidating here. But this lower high really isn't. This is a terrible argument. This is terrible for buyers. What is this? Why is it so long? Is that new? Thank you so much for the Kamala updates on whoopee cushions. Type in the chat. No, that's not even... That's just the first time anyone's ever used that. Okay. Y'all heard it here first. Breaking news. Whoopee cushions. Kamala Harrison. Thank you. Okay, we got pretty real stuff coming up this week with economic data that is gonna drive prices or drive volatility to short-term degree. You got leading economic indicators tomorrow get announced. Tuesday we have the Atlanta Fed president speech. Let's see. Wednesday we have the minutes of the Fed's July FOMC meeting. Thursday is a big day. That's when the symposium kicks off, Jackson Hole. But we have the initial jobless claims, the S&P services PMI, manufacturing PMI, existing home sales. I mean, we got a Super Bowl on Thursday. And then Jerome Powell will speak at 10 a.m. at Jackson Hole on Friday. So pencil that in. And we got new home sales on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, just like, I mean, at the exact same time that Jerome's speaking. So those are all on deck. So definitely not going to be a boring week, I'll tell you that. Boring finances, so you got out in the nick of time. So yeah, not really great here. What's up with a 1, 2, 3 joke? Why do we have classic distribution after completing a harmonic? Not great, right? It's not great. Like, it doesn't have to be this way, but they're making it this way. And we're just here observing what they're doing, and it's not great. Gosh dang, man. We can look at total, the beautiful equidistant here. You know, just flat as F. You know, August, the whole month, right? Right around this level. And yeah, I think that, like, if you ask me to be a composite, man, let's send this thing one more time. Let's get this or something. Let's complete like a 4-hour M shape and get a second test of the key inflection point from history. Let's do that, man. That would make, at least that would set us up to where I think we would have some sort of edge. We don't have crap right now outside of the 4-hour, and it doesn't look good, right? So it's like 4-hour bad, but still above level. But yeah, Like, I got to sneeze. If you want an edge, if you want a confirmation low, you got to go lower. That's the crappy thing about this market. Okay, we can look at some altcoins. I mean, you know, we looked at the top few. We could look at Tron, which is up there. Tron looking great, unfortunately. I just don't understand it. It's just crazy, dude. So you got a bearish Gartley. A beautiful bearish Gartley. It's kind of absurd how perfect it is. What are they doing? I mean, it is a... Oops, 886, sorry. Yeah, it's a 886 Gartley. I mean, it looks perfect. Like, if you flipped it over, I'd be like, dang, dude, they're going for the type 2 return right now. So you'd be looking for something like this. That's what you dream of, and no lower there. But let's see what happens. One of the only ones that looks like this. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, Tron, the ton coin, which I don't really ever look at, but I started to, I guess. I don't know what chart to look at. Yeah, ton coin just up 7.6% today. Wild, man. The time of the other S coins is here. The age of ton coin has begun. Mountain West. That's it, Crypto IP. Sorry. Mountain West. It's beautiful, beautiful country out there. Yeah, but then we just... and one more that looks kind of like, wow, what are they doing? This is kind of crazy. What the heck? And before it just collapses here because you're at resistance. You're not breaking out. If Bitcoin rolls over, I just don't know how Lynn continues to put in higher lows. And Greg, by the way, thanks for the super chat. You were bad timing, you know. Hood Crypto, I think you do. Yeah, I mean, you know, $20 for a request, but clearly you don't run a real request. You just want me to look at it, I guess. But yeah, it's just kind of wild, right? The higher lows, you're above the 200 moving average. You're on mega breakout watch. But how do you break out with that? I don't know how you do. Because this is all of a sudden like 3 falling peaks and just absorption of demand here. And they roll this over for a second test down to like the low 50s. Like, no way Lind holds up and breaks 112. So I don't know. It's kind of wild. But someone will be like, my head and shoulders. It's like, dude, that's just massive. And if it's head and shoulders, that means you'll see $50 really soon. So, I mean, technically, I guess someone could be like, all right, I'm going to take a short here and have a stop loss maybe at 118.50. You know, one high, the second high, and it's like you're up against it. And it's like, it is max downside potential if it plays out. And you don't take on much loss at all if it fails. So, someone could try to short this right here, too. What an anomaly. It's probably not special. It's probably not going to change the world. It's probably going to catch up and like all the rest. So if someone wants to take a short, you might get screwed. But look, I mean, it looks okay, but it's certainly the worst spot you could ever be for risk management and upside potential. Like, you'd be a potential breakout buyer. And it's like breakout buys are stupid. They fail more than they succeed. So I think you might be in okay shape to just hope that, you know, what we're seeing on the 4-hour, you know, plays out, and then you're going to 52K on Bitcoin. That means that it's ensured that this thing's going way lower, and this is where the max downside is. I don't know, something like just right here, you know, this high, this high, this high. It's really just over here. It's this high from 2022. It's this low from 2022. I mean, that's what it is. So 3 to 1 is pretty easy. Like, you would just get 3 to 1 right there. Like, it's like you're at the top of a range, you know, it's been violated, but that range is being re-respected. And it's like I'm just talking about like spitballing on ideas for, you know, it doesn't matter if it's short or long. It's just about the education. It'd be that simple. It'd be like 1 and 2. You could even be a little looser on the stop if you wanted to, if you're worried, but I don't know. You know, like above that level, it might be going to 170. My God. So there is a way. I mean, that's kind of decent there, right? It'll catch up. See what happens. All alts. I mean, most alts, because they're not all scams. It's not even about like them being scams. People have this issue. I don't. Even if the asset isn't a scam and you can use it, it's a global unregulated market to where like the devs of these coins can print more of them and dilute its own supply. So therefore you're never going to get a higher price or never going to get an all-time high again because of that. It takes way more demand to push the price to just match old levels. But it's also the fact that like there's no mathematical way for you to get paid back based on the performance of the asset, right? Like say Lend is doing stuff. Hey man, some dude's like lending out to bros and they're like making a cut from the staking and stuff, like whatever. Decentralized finance, bro. And they make some, they don't have to share that with you. Like you can use basic attention tokens, like BAT. You can use it, but guess what? It's trading at the same price it was trading at freaking June of 2017 right now. 7-year lows right now. But it's at a support, so someone could try to strategize an entry with a stop loss here. Sure, go for it. But it's not an investment. None of these cryptos are. It doesn't matter if they have a working product. At all. So, like, crypto doesn't have to all be a scam. Most of it is. 99% is a scam. And then the 1%, you can own the things that aren't scams, but it doesn't ensure that you'll ever make money. That's pretty crappy proposition. So I'm like, okay, then let's just, maybe Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin. Yes, we understand Bitcoin. But like everything else, like what's wrong with like, okay, we understand assets, on traditional markets have price to earnings, earnings per share, price to sales, EBITDA. They have all these like metrics on, and then they have they incentivize with dividends and all. But then you can be technically solid with good fundamentals, and it's like, man, that's a better argument to own that asset on the stock market than to own some random blur coin or CRV or band coin, base attention token. So it's like, this is just like, so if that's the case, then I think the only real way to approach this market is with traditional technical analysis. It's the only thing that really navigates, or that you can navigate these markets with. This is my compass. This is the compass I'm using. This is the constellations I'm using to get where I'm going. Oh, okay. M shape, type to return. Oh, I know that language. I've seen that a million times on these maps that I'm using, right? Because we're sailing in the ocean, right? Using the compass and the stars, the constellations. Okay, I know this pattern increases my probability of a particular outcome, which would be up. And it did play out. And it just went up to the A and C point. It was a trade and it was over. And it just did a full-on round trip back to where the entry would be, just like all the rest. Because they're jokes. It's a trader's market. It's not an investor's market at all. Okay, I mean, like, dude, it's like almost the same thing everywhere. Or at Filecoin, it's got a little potential loser all-time low dragon, but it's potential dragon. It's the lowest low seen of the downtrend. You get another test there, it'd probably be better. It was like, less than 24 hours. So you get something like this. Man, that would make a lot of sense. That would be like, okay, we could size it up easily with a stop loss, and we know the max upside. But up here, think about Filecoin trying to long right now. Think about it. If you're trying to long Filecoin right now, the downside, it could go down easily 16 to 20% from here and be at a better place for you to take a long. Better value, Easier to strategize entry with tight stop losses. You don't take on 20% losses at 285, $3, but you would take on a 20% loss going long now, and then it rolls over. And where would you set your stop loss if you're longing now anyway? It's really tough, man. Like, not at least back here on Filecoin, we have the M shape. Oh yeah, the type 1 and the type 2. Got it. These two lows are higher than this low. That's signifies and represents accumulation. What do we have here? Distribution, most recent discernible events. The lowest high and the lowest low of downtrend. Waiting for being able to say most recent discernible events, higher high, higher low. Oh, all of a sudden you have a form of insurance. Like where there's more than before and it's confirmed. You don't have that. So they're down here, they're painting these joke patterns. And I say joke because in the right context, these are godly. These are unbelievable dragon patterns. But when you're at a terrible trend and you're in the lowest price seen in human history on some of these, this is not very good. Like I'm not going to be very confident on a potential bullish dragon pattern at the lowest low ever. I'm just not going to be. But dude, something like Microsoft? Are you kidding me? Finding a dragon pattern in a long-term uptrend on an asset that makes billions and billions of dollars, right? And then look, I mean, key level resistance, one time, two times. This was identified as it happened back in October last year. That's a dragon I can get behind. Good context. And look where that dragon took you. Woo! To thy kingdom come. It will be done. Okay, I mean, just context is important, and it's like we can identify, like on loser joke scam coins, like potential reversal structures, but they're in bear trends. There's no liquidity on the market, so the reliability is going to be less. And if they are reliable, somehow we do catch bids because Bitcoin starts rallying, their performance is going to be probably miserable. It will happen anyway. It's like it'll maybe get a rally and it'll just roll over again, and they'll test for a higher low or the same low or a lower low. Yeah. So dragons sometimes turn into inverse head and shoulders patterns. So you see the break and then they back test the supply line as a demand line before going higher. Like you'll get that. Those are forms of confirmation. Anyway, we can just keep looking at S coins if y'all want, and so I can show you how useless this market is. Let's go Cardano, dude. Hoskinson's son. Yeah, bro. Yeah, totally. Private jets, bro. Let's go. I taking an along here is just asking to get destroyed. It just is. You are not really at a good level at all, historically speaking. There's just really almost no time ever where the price of Cardano has reversed here. I mean, so a test of 30 cents again would be interesting. I think a check back of that would make sense. But again, like 24 cents, like is the next big level. It's either 37 to 41 cents or it's 24 cents or it's 12 cents. Is trend friend? No, trend is not friend. Conceptualized with parallel channel tool below the heart line of that beautiful channel. So like Bitcoin, it's like, wouldn't it be better to do something like this to get a one low than locally a second low? That would be better. See here, one low, then a second low, and then a more pronounced rally. Even though you're in a bear trend, downtrend, lower high than previous highs, it doesn't even matter. Saying like, we're just at a point where it sucks. Like, and I'm like doing this because it's like, hey man, it's Sunday and it's crypto candle close stream coming up. Like, well, we got less than 11 minutes till the weekly close. Bitcoin's at the lows of the day, down $770, nearing 58.4 again. Looks like you can probably get a test of that. I don't know why not. There's nothing there. And you just put in locally a lower high. Lower high than previous high than the previous high. And these two highs, remember, were a big old bearish 5-0 pattern. Type 2 return right there. And this is not a good look, man. It's just not. Anon, no one gave you permission to leave. Where are you going, dude? Could someone stop Anon from leaving? Hold on, dude. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, dude. All right. Algorand. Algo scammed, they would actually call it these days. Went down to the lowest lows seen since October. You got a violent reaction that day because of Bitcoin, and nothing really since then. So you want to flip some coins, go to Algorand. If you want to, I would just prefer, like, if you're gonna do that, go to a casino, enjoy the lights and the live music and the waitresses and people around you. You know, oh, that guy's got a cool watch. You know, like, and do that. Like, why buy Algorand when you could just go to the roulette table and put it on black? Because that's what you're doing on Algorand. Chances are we'll get a second test of 10 cents, 9.5 cents. That means, like, you ready for a 20% to 25% drawdown on Algorand again? Remember, it doesn't matter if it has a working product. Doesn't mean you're ever going to make money on it. Only thing you can do on this is try to identify structural developments that have been studied and researched for 100 years, where you can manage your risk appropriately, have a tight stop, and you still don't act like you know where it's going, and that's the best you can do. Dude, if you need me to go back to, like, this time period and show you receipts of this pattern identify, you can identify these patterns and long them if you want. It was beautiful. Look how this one, though, it kind of played out with a scam, wick, and then it was done.
VRSC has good potential price action, and it's a 1%er crypto. Keep it in your watch list. Mitch, weekly chart, log scale, to see the structure more clearly. If it makes a second right shoulder setup, bless it, 3 years inverse H&S. Thank you, King of the DA.
Well, here's session top contributor to this stream, shilling that coin, Lord Beerus coin. My days are numbered, man. ApeCoin going for the... we didn't ever hit the 1618, did we? Nope, not quite. We will, though, most likely. We'll be down at 30 cents in time. You'll lose another 50% of your value from here. And you might rally, you might get a little short squeeze, but it'll be a lower high than previous high. You roll over again. Just joke, man. Joke coins. Avalanche up 0.5% today. Dude, this is how close it is to death. This is how close this asset is to death. I mean, below $20 for real, like, it's a very long and lonely road down to $10. I mean, 50% downside below this level. In miserable downtrend, no structure that would imply that number go up soon. Nope. It might go up. They might hold. They're trying to hold it right now, but probably they're absorbing the remaining demand. And once there's no more demand, you will see a massive meltdown on this coin and many, many other coins. Bitcoin dominance will continue to rise. Look here, listen. You know, we got ourselves a low of day, 6 minutes to go. Power hour living up to its name. I do declare. But sir, what about like AXF? Nope. Also garbage. I mean, this is the worst thing you could ever see an asset do, or see what the market participants are doing, right? Like this 491, 492 level. I didn't just plot this yesterday. I'd have had this thing plotted. Why did I have it plotted? Was it a weekly? No, candle high closes back from May 2021. It was clearly a reversal point, right? You can see it. Like the first time, pull back. Second time, pull back. Third time, pull back. When they broke it, it was gone, right? That's why I had it. They're just testing that as a resistance now. So it's like probably you'll go down 27%, 339. Probably. I don't know, dude. Just
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
and then Block, they just rug pulled it. It's over, dude. Like Blocktopia. Yeah, throw it in the same category as Cryptopia, which was an exchange that scammed and rug pulled all their clients. Well, here we are again. Anything Topia needs to be investigated, put under watch, and pretty much let's just arrest them. All right, so if we came out with something called like TA Opia, then just call the cops, dude. Just arrest me because it's a scam. All right, if I did that ever. Scam. This is a big scam. Look how bad it is. It's so bad that, look, even this 1 here and 2 here, December 2022 first anchor point, and then September 2023, look what they've done. They're like breaking that. Wow, the worst thing ever. The Topias and the Copias see you down at 0.2 of 1 cent or something. This candle open before they rug pulled. I mean, you know this guy, Blocktopia. You can imagine how his room smells. Blur Dev probably also smells terrible. Blur just recently made all-time lows. But they're trying to hold on, man. Come on. Like, don't be a bigot. They're trying to hold it. Like, boy, they're trying to put in the lowest high in human history. Like, there's never been a high this low before. Congrats on Blur. I mean, y'all are the ones that like, hey, there's demand for crypto. No, demand for analysis of crypto. Like, there is no demand for crypto. None. Ecosystems are dead. They're all dead. Now, I mean, like, yeah, I'm talking about the collective non-top 10, which even the top 10 are really Shiba, Doge. What about comp? It's up 1.3%. It's not a scam, dude. Well, it's certainly not at a level to be taking longs. I mean, like, you either wait for $30 or $29. You don't do anything. It's garbage. I mean, like, it's still range bound. Yes, it's range bound. I got it, man. But if you went long, why? What locally are you seeing that would represent accumulation? Are we above the 200? No, you're still just made the lowest low of entire downtrend since the blow off top in March. That was like 5+ months ago, man. It's starting to get up there in time. So I would just wait for 26 to 29 bucks again before even looking at it. But CRV, remember people were getting hyped on CRV because they were squeezing it up to 32.85 cents. And then it was like, we looked at it on stream and said, wait a second. What's that level? Oh, wait, it's all-time lows from November, October 2020. That has been formally regarded as resistance, and they have not spent any time above it since the test. Okay, max downs. I'll see you back down at your target here is 22 cents. That's crazy. That's like a lot of downside potential. That's probably a good short. Look at that, like 30% downside, dude. And this is like a newly manufactured level, the only place that makes sense. So it's like, you just do it like this, man. Yeah, these are scams. These are joke losers. And the devs deserve to be in jail because they're diluting shares and they're scamming people. Here it is. It's so easy. It's almost 3-to-1, just like that. You can be a little looser or a little tighter. 3.5-to-1 reward risk, just like that. It doesn't mean like it's going to zero. Maybe it is, but second target could just be the 18-cent level again. I mean, just think about it. Bitcoin rolled over here. You could do something. It's just a continuation trade. It's just a price action trade. 30% downside, man. Okay. That's the lowest high in the history. Well, I guess it's higher than this high from July. It's the second lowest high in the history of this asset. And from this high to low, it's an 88% retrace. Yeah, hype in the chat for scam coins. Short them to zero. But wait, dude. Wait. What about like a Cas coin? Well, this is holding up, but nah, sorry. I just am still not feeling. I think people like we got some cult members, some Caspa cult members because of the run. But dude, I'm telling you, the bearish back test is very much alive and well right now. And on another chart, it is definitely, someone has in our community, a few people, they brought it up to me like this. It's a distribution schematic, and the more I said show your chart, they showed me, and I'm like, dang, dude, that is an amazing bearish Wyckoff distribution schematic. Yeah, on Cas, this is the up thrust after distribution part. This is the last thing before you go and see the bottom of the range around 9.3 cents. And there it is, chat. There it is. All right, top of the hour. Cass, good luck, dude. Here it is. Bearish engulfing candle confirmed on the daily. The lowest, I mean, my God, they took it just to... That is a sign of weakness, in my opinion, and it's a short-term time scale, I know. But, bro, that's awful. 60,800 is an undeniable level, and there was such a lack of demand that they 1, 2, 3 different times tried to run it up, and there just wasn't anyone there to buy it, and it's just rolled over now, and you're sitting back at this key support, and if I'm telling you, it's staring, you're like looking, you know, you ever been up, like, hey, we go to Chimney Rock, man, we're going to jump 40 feet into the water. That's what you're looking at. You're just looking down at the abyss after engulfing on a Sunday. Jeez. Weekly? I mean, that's just more indecision. After a nasty sell-off candle, I just don't want to tell you, man, it's not great. Yeah, that was what a power hour close. Oh man. The channel just sitting there. 1 and 2. Now it's lower highs and then below the heart line, and say, okay, what makes the most sense if you're just going to keep rejecting this heart? First off, you rejected the 200-day moving average. Then you're rejecting the heart line and doing it again on a Saturday at the absolute, or on Sunday on a peak, at the peak. And now you're right back here, and it's like, then what makes the most sense is probably 53.8 to 54K. I mean, that probably would be nice, technically speaking. But yeah, of course it'd be nice if they just held it up. But dude, how do you hold up after that, man? You just put in the third, like one high, the second high, the third high. And if Bitcoin went to 54K, it doesn't mean anything. You know, the sun's still going to come up, and it's still going to serve the same purpose it serves right now. Serves the same purpose that it was serving 5, 8, 10 years ago. It's a little lower, and eventually this will recover. But I mean, just think about, like, you have to think about the worst case scenario. This isn't even worst case scenario. This is just a bad scenario. Okay, a major discernible swing low, January 23rd. Okay, anchor that low to the all-time high, and you hit a 618, and you rallied off that pretty amazingly, right? But the price action we're receiving after the 618 bounce is not favorable. It's not good. You just have to think here, like, the deeper value areas on Bitcoin, if we're just using Fibonacci, is 46K and then 42K. 786, 886. That's not my opinion. That's just how Fibonacci works. So yeah, oftentimes you get 618 bounces, but normally they're not the final. They're not the absolute lows. The 886s are normally the lowest lows. 786s. So you know, people would like rage quit completely if we saw that 886. If we saw 42K, like half the people watching the stream will be gone. Y'all won't be here. Y'all aren't gonna be here at 42K. You'll be done. You'll go watch Badlands Chugs. You give up, and it's fine, man. Do your thing. Ethereum, again, to me, you flip a coin, but based on this, probably down next. And the only thing that would make me even look at it would be something like this. I mean, one low, then a local second low on the daily, and it's so visible, and there's bullish divergence on the second low. I mean, that would make a lot of sense. At the same time, you could even do this, and then this, and it would be better. Like, I just want where I can see on the daily there's more than one test. And you don't have that. You just have one. Remember here, it's like 1 and 2. They even did 3 right here for the news, you know, ETF news. In here, I mean, like, this was an M shape identified. It was a beautiful 886 local 886. The momentum was good, the trend was good, and that's what it was. Just they turned the bots on. They just bid up every freaking day. It was like unreal. So we're just not in the same world anymore. The sellers have the momentum. Don't let anyone lie to you. I'm telling you based on actual evidence on a chart. Other people are going to bring up on-chain analytics, bro. I'm on Twitter, dude. And here's the glass node. And here's the whales buying. Yeah. Okay, 2021, same thing. All these on-chain analytics were saying when we were at 69K, when we were like crashing or about to crash. Yeah, dude, it looks so good, man. Like, dude, on-chain analytics, you just don't understand. Don't listen to that crap, man. Just trust the price action. Let the price action determine how you think about assets. What do highs and lows represent? Consecutive higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows. W shapes completing, bearish divergence, confirmation highs, back test of key historical levels, like how about the previous cycle top all-time high getting tested while completing a harmonic with 4-hour bearish divergence. Holy crap. I mean, let those things determine how you feel. Because, like, man, for me, like, if I was feeling bullish up here, dude, who would even watch this stream anymore if I'm like, dude, it's so bullish. It looks so good. And then we crash, one of the fastest crashes in Bitcoin's history. That's not TA. That's just probably what a lot of people do though. So that was just an ugly close, but you're still above support.
ACHR on NYSE, Gartley on daily with Spring and backtest on top of a zone from history, along with MACD bullish divergence on multiple time scales. Could you check it out, main? Thanks.
We can look, sure. I think that was the first request of, yeah, it was the literal first actual formal request, which is like, maybe it's like, this isn't the way it is, you know, like, I think let's just do it now. Archer. Interesting-ish, but yeah, come on. The trend's terrible. They rug pulled it. They IPO'd to enrich themselves, not to... Archer Aviation did not IPO to get more capital to amplify their wonderful business model. Like, and that's evident, right? The pump, that's the insiders and the people who owned this before it IPO'd taking their profit, and it's over. Look at it now. That's what happened. But yeah, look, man, they took it down to a 786 low to high. I mean, M shaping. Maybe they're making a higher low here. I don't think it's deep enough. That should have been a little deeper. That not quite a 618, is it? Nope. Yeah, that should be a lower D point. Then makes it weird. I hate that. See, it's a 786 with a 50% retrace on B. It's like it's an incomplete bat pattern. Like, you'd be really wishing that it would be down here, like going deeper, and still could. But yeah, they somehow are starting to put in a higher low here. Yeah. Yeah, tricky when it's not, when it doesn't meet their criteria. It's tricky. Looks like all they did was this low from May 2022. It's been a resistance many times. It flipped to support, and they defended it, and you rallied pretty hard off of that. Pulling back, you still would want $3 again. You would want a form of confirmation. Like, I don't really know what happens if we just get this nasty red candle like on Monday, you know, and it starts drawing down. I mean, I think more reasonable levels are lower. I think 271, 240 is the true pattern completion zone, right? So you could also anchor here. And would that help? Not really. That would hurt the argument. So even me trying to be real nice, incomplete M shape or bat, where, yeah, I would like a $3 test again to confirm that what we've witnessed in June is real. Like, they really are confirming accumulation. They're confirming there's so much demand that the sellers could never get it to an 886. Fine. But confirm it. Give me confirmation. Like, local one time. I know I get two here. That's where you got the pronounced move. But then give me a second test. So, yeah, monitor it. It's down in the basement. But, dang, what a terrible trend. Yeah. Thank you, Normal. What was it? Was it, yeah, Normalize? Yeah, thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. So, it's gotta go by the rules. 886s, right? Like, Baba is a great example of a true Gartley, right? The difference between that and this is Baba had a true 618, 63, 64 to 61. I mean, 61 to 65. Golden retrace all the way to the golden pocket. They call the 65% retrace a golden pocket. Whatever. I don't know why, but they just do. So that met the criteria, the B point, the lower high on C. But then we got a 786 because the B point's a 618. So if you don't have a 618 to 65% retrace on B, you have a 50% retrace on B. The research done implies that that's an incomplete pattern. Like, you'll probably go lower to the 886 eventually. So with this one, I don't have to, there's no controversy. Right? I'm not having to be like, maybe I should go long a little early. No, I know exactly. Like 786 confluent pretty much with a 1414. Everything's met. All the criteria is met. So, now look what's happened. You just saw the highest level since late May? Mid-May maybe? Yeah, late May. And you are fast approaching a level that would turn it all around. I mean, if Baba market participants are able to, in the next week or two, able to take out $85.70 to $87, this is where you can make life-changing money, right? You've done all the work, right? We put in all the freaking work, invested in ourselves to be able to identify this stuff. Ate constant crap from just people. Oh, dude, no way, man. It's never going to do it. It's Baba. Okay, but then you got class accumulation, the Third Valley. And it, to me, is like, if they break this level, then this is the cycle reversing Gartley. It should be an NFT. It's a better version of the legendary Gartley from Bitcoin in 2019 that put my stream on the map, right? So I mean, on Baba, I really think like you break $86, there's like 26+% upside. I mean, CNA are targets anyway, so the C point, 20% upside all the way up to, shoot, man, like 40%. I have confidence that would happen. I think there's a higher probability of that occurring in the next 6 months than it going lower, based on this 460-day large Gartley. Okay, so you want to learn all the Fibonacci levels that make a pattern valid or not, because you can get really effed. You can hurt yourself trying to long something that's not a real harmonic. It's not truly completing. The B point's off, so this is going to dictate the D point. I'm not that guy. This is a better version of the, as I was talking about, because Bitcoin in 2019, of course the Gartley, man. We got an NFT of it. Someone paid like $2,500 for that thing, maybe $3,000 to own that NFT because it was so legendary. And I'll show you. But like, what made Baba far superior to this Bitcoin Harmonic is the D point. What happened to the D point? It just hit it. It just hit the D point, and then we got this God candle. We got an 8% candle. So you never got any forms of confirmation. You never got classic accumulation. You just got the M shape. And that was a 300% rally off those lows. 300% rally. Yep. 33.43. And it ended at about 14K. That's 300%. So I think Baba's better. You have a stronger argument. Whatever. This is beautiful, though. This is like a dream. Never forget it. Oh, my God. 786 can flute with a 1414. So on the new week, the Bitcoin market participants are truly trying. We know how real it is, man. You can't fool us here. We know. And, you know, I think the price action we see at this level just proves how real this level is. Thank you for the Baba Booey, dude. You don't know what Baba is, dude? Get with it, man. They're holding support on the new week. Of course they are, because this market's so illiquid and dead. These composite operators of Bitcoin can do whatever they want now. My God, they have neutered crypto. They have straight up castrated and neutered crypto. Crypto was this raging bull or raging bear. And now it's just this domesticated cow or one of those poor Russian bears that, like, from birth they're born and raised and they're adorable and they're pets. But that's it. I don't know. I'll tell you this. That right there, this bear was insane. This was a ferocious bear. So yeah, we'll say the real bears are still there if they need to be, but the bull, you're just a cow now. Congrats. All right, man. We've been live hour 15 minutes. What do you want me to do, man? I'm just trying to, as a streamer of Bitcoin and things you like, I'm just trying to survive, man. I'm on life support. Y'all are my life support until, like, price action stops being miserable. I'm on life support. So just be happy I'm coming here on Sundays still and streaming 5 days a week. I mean, I went like what was it, like 12 days in a row last week or whatever. 12 streams in a row, like consecutive days. Didn't take off. Streaming on the weekends, stuff. So just trying to survive, man, until we get some positive stuff on Bitcoin. You're not dead till you break 57.5. So hold solace in that. That's your level. So I'll be back till next time. Respect. T. A.
Used when you're ready. Doesn't have to be today. Set it up and let it rip when the time is this stream. Lord Virus and Matt McCard, thanks for the contributions. Much love. Holy crap, I just made more money in the thanks for watching scene than I did the entire live stream. That is insane. Thank y'all.